Alright, YouTube, who's ready for some more Carthage campaign? I think a lot of you are. I know some of you wouldn't mind if I moved on. Some of you want me to just keep going until I conquer the whole map. I'm not going to go on and conquer the whole map. That would definitely take way too much time. And way too much time editing film and making films. Looks like the Spaniards are attacking me back at Cordoba. That's mainly because I moved out my general and some other things. I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and flog the Spaniards so that they'll leave me alone. It seems like they would realize my superiority by now, but I guess they're having problems learning their lesson. And I think that I've just about got a nice little army ready in Thapsus, and we'll go down and take Lepsis Magna. Okay. Looks like Syracuse has the plague. That's good. Okay, not really. Alright, looks like the Empire's in pretty good shape, and we've taken all of Italy at this point. I know that it seemed like the Julii had some strongholds up to the north, but now it says the rebels own that area, so they must have lost control of their territories due to unrest. Let's see if they're even still alive, and let's go to diplomacy. And I do not see the House of Julii. Apparently we extincted the House of Julii and didn't notice it. So the only Romans left are the Brutii. And what we may do now is check the extent of the Brutii infestation and see what it would take to rid the map of them. Because I know some of you want me to just destroy all the Romans, and I guess that would be a feasible request. So long as I have time to do it. It looks like I've left the auto-train troops on in this city. Got some troops that I definitely don't want or need. We can get rid of these, some of these mercenary troops that I used. There we go. And let's see what we can recruit here. We want to get a good army moving. It looks like I have some artillery. That sounds good, but really it just slows you down. So I think that I'm going to disband that as well. And really, cavalry is the ticket to quick success on campaign, as you've seen with my army that has the giant horde of cavalry. I haven't even been using missile troops, as most of you may have noticed. I'm going to train a little bit of a navy here. We'll train, man, all I can train here is biremes, but that's okay, because all I have to do is just go across a short distance there to Apollonia. And I think I have an army up here in the north at Patavium that we can go ahead and continue marching forward. This city may still be a little bit unhappy with me leaving there with my general, but should be okay for the time being. And sure enough, here's Segestica, where the Brutii are, and they have a Roman Brutii family member there that I'm expecting will attack me during this next turn. So, oh, yeah. Okay, I think everything's set. Let's go ahead and end this turn and see what happens. Looks like I have a navy being attacked. I'm not sure where at. Okay, over by Spain. The rebels, of course, are working for whatever faction isn't me. But fortunately for me, they lost that battle. Alright. Let's take a look. Faction announcements. All my faction members are basically in Lilybomb. I just haven't moved them out of there. I'm too lazy to bring them up to the battlefront, and haven't really had an outstanding need for them yet. So I'm just not feeling the urge. I'm obviously going to need to train some troops. Patavium is unhappy. Of course, I could turn off the auto build and make sure that some structures are getting built to make the city happy. That's what I'll do there. Then I'll turn it back on. Up here, the Romans just stepped around my army and look like they're heading for my territory, as if I'm not going to turn around and destroy them. So here I go. And of course it's going to give Cassius the Harsh a huge advantage in battle, because he's a Roman. You can see here that his troops are nothing spectacular, and that I'll have an easy time creaming absolutely all of them. The only decent troops he has is these Velite gladiators, if you like gladiators, whatever you want to call them. And then the Roman general unit himself is a good unit, but you can see my giant cavalry mob is going to make short work of him. So I'll see you on the battle. I've outflanked the Romans with my giant mob of cavalry, and I've left my Iberians down at the base of the hill. So the Romans really aren't quite sure how to maneuver. which is typical for the AI. Actually knowing how to fight a battle is something that's always been beyond the AI in Total War games. So I'm going to charge on in and smash these Roman equites here. My cavalry are about to have gold chevrons. That's how much experience they have. I've been using this army since near the beginning of the campaign, and it's incredibly experienced. And experienced chevrons are fantastic. Not only do they give you like weapons and armor bonus, they also give you your troops kind of a hardened morale, and your troops will not rout so easily. I'm going to keep marching my Iberians out of the forest just to keep the Romans thinking, if the AI can be said to think, which I'm not sure they can. And I took my cavalry up on this hill for a reason, obviously, and that is to be able to do downhill charges against the Roman troops, and that'll help rout them quicker. So these Hastati and Velites will just be quick prey for my well-upgraded mob of cavalry. And their V-Light gladiators are trying to get into the mix, and it's understandable why they would want that to happen. That would be probably their best troops for fighting me at the moment. And it looks like the Romans have charged my Iberians, and so I'm going to need to rush to assist, because although my Iberians are well upgraded with chevrons, they're getting charged downhill and by cavalry, which is not the best matchup for Iberian infantry. I'm going to have to keep my units charging through some of those Roman troops there. We're going to hit this unit of Hastati from behind, and that'll absolutely shatter them. And it looks like my Iberians held their ground, which you'll notice that I kept them kind of in a big mob and in thick fighting blocks, and that'll help your Iberians withstand cavalry charges and superior infantry charges. Iberians, because of their poor morale, can be kept in the fight better by keeping them in thick ranks, and then they're less likely to rout from shock of a charge. Alright, these V-Light gladiators are making me mad. They keep chasing me around, so I'm going to do a nice downhill charge onto them, and they are spear armed. I don't know that they necessarily have a bonus towards cavalry. I do know that Roman gladiator units, though, have 2 hit points, so they're going to be the tougher unit the Romans have to throw against my cavalry. But I'm thinking a nice, strong downhill charge into the Roman troops will pretty much break their morale, and I was right. And here comes the Roman general as well. And I'm going to charge in my infantry, since most of the Roman troops are chain routing at this point. And my cavalry is now working on the Roman general unit. And I'm going to encircle that unit here. Oh, there goes another dead Roman. Alright. We're going to continue this battle. We definitely want to kill all of these Romans that we can. So I'm going to use my cavalry. I'm going to chase off all the routing Roman troops, and we're going to kill, just like I said, just absolutely as many of them as we can, because in campaign, this keeps your enemies from being able to quickly go and retrain troops, because you all know that whenever you retrain troops, it only takes 1 turn to retrain a whole bunch of different units, whereas, you know, building new units takes several turns in the queue. So if I slaughter all these routing troops, then it will give the Brutii a harder time in striking back. That's one thing that the computer loves for you to do, is push the end battle button, because they know that that means they're going to get away with a lot more troops than they should. Alright, so you can see my Iberians are still giving chase as well. I've got my cavalry units split up, chasing down any Romans that are remaining. Okay, we got this unit over here. Chase down those last couple of gladiators. Alright, this battle is all but over, as you can see. Got all those troops. And, yep, okay. All the Romans that were on the field that we could catch are dead. And indeed, the enemy are crushed. Let's take a look at those battle results real quick. That was a heroic victory for me. 710 kills. And Cassius the Harsh, who was supposed to be so tough, only got 135, so I guess he wasn't so harsh as the... Okay, I'm back out on the campaign map. You can see my armies are waiting outside of Segestica in order to take that city. I'm still training troops down in this region in order to go across that channel there, and we'll attack the Greeks. Let's see. I'm going to bring my general back towards Cordoba. And it looks like they've got 7 turns until they surrender, and my army there isn't all that great, but I'm going to wait for the Spaniards to attack me, and then all I'll do is I'll just hole up in my city center, and it'll make it hard for the Spaniards to actually do any damage to me. So I'm not too worried about losing that city. In fact, I don't think that I'll lose it whatsoever. So, alright, let's go ahead and end another turn. Looks like Patavium calmed down some. That's good. Definitely don't want to riot on our hands here, and here the Spaniards are attacking me, as I thought they would. They don't really have a very good army. Like I said, if I hole up in my city center, I might be able to hold them off. So that's what I'm going to try. And I'm not going to show this battle, as that it shouldn't be anything. Right, I was able to easily defend Cordoba against those Spaniards, but you can see that there's a Spanish family member also outside the city. So I'm definitely going to want to continue the training of my troops here. So let's keep them... Oh, whoops. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and combine these Scutari, and we'll just disband that unit. So yeah, my Balearic Slingers got a trash load of kills in that battle. The Spaniards marched their troops slowly up to my city center, and I made them pay for every foot of ground that they took. It was actually quite hilarious. I think my 31 Balearic Slingers got 100 and something kills. Really pulled their weight there, I'm proud of them. And my general is almost back to the city with the reinforcements, and once I get that done, in a future episode we'll go ahead and go take some of those Spanish cities so that they'll just shut up and leave me alone. Now we're going to besiege Segestica. We'll maintain our siege there. Let's see how our preparations coming in southern Italy. It looks like we've got our boats here, and let's take our army here, which is ready, and we're going to leave this unit of Iberians and these Balearic Slingers, that unit of Iberians, and we'll leave them there. It's just a small garrison in the city. Obviously there's rebels all over the place, and I don't want to leave any city wide open. So the Carthaginians have landed on the Greek peninsula. So the Bruttii Romans have reason to fear. Probably should have trained a unit of elephants and gotten them up here somehow. That would have made it quicker to blow through these Bruttii cities, but oh well. Let's go ahead and end this turn, and then I think I'm going to be pretty much out of time for this video. Looks like I'm being attacked by the Bruttii down there near Apollonia. I will film this. Well, actually, I'll film it. If I have time to show it, then I will. If not, then I'll just put it in the beginning of the next Carthage campaign video.